Oh, we are so back. And yeah, the first video up is from Black Conservative Perspective. Shout out to Black Conservative Perspective. And the left has literally lost. This is Van Jones, the guy I was talking about earlier, the crying fucking bald ass black man. That, yeah. If you've lost him, you're fucked. I'm not going to say he's going to vote Republican. He'll just sit his black ass home.
I'm tired of a set of people on the very far left in the Democratic Party. Ideas that are literally insane, nutty, moronic, dangerous, bigoted, are not progressive, they're regressive, and they should not be in our party.
I'm not living in communist America. I mean, I know the talking point is, well, it's not communism, it's socialism. Okay, I've read the quotes from the DSA platform, from their own mouths. Don't tell me I'm not seeing what I am seeing. They say things like, you know, takeover of key industries, government. That's communism.
And this comes amid reports of tension between Bernie.
Yeah, and explain to me how communism has worked anywhere. Anywhere at all. Could be a county, could be a state. The only way it worked was with one specific community. They live communally, but they are heavily religious, and that is the Amish. But that's a very small community, and I'm not giving up air conditioning.
Sanders and Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader, personally calling the socialist senator, telling him to stop meddling in Democratic primaries. But
what is communism? Communism is utter fucking failure.
Sanders wasn't taking his orders. Over the weekend, Bernie teamed up with far-left Michigan Senate candidate Abdul El-Sayed.
Oh, God, please let this dumb bitch run. Let him defeat the moderate candidate. I can't remember her name. I think it's Nikki Haley. Let him fucking run. Let him win, and then we get another Senate seat. All you will do, you dumbass DSA dipshits, is make goddamn sure we have Republican majority from now until the end of time, if not Republican rule, for the next 200 years.
For a campaign rally that was a doozy. Watch here.
Brothers and sisters, let me tell you, change is coming.
Oh, fuck off. God damn. Will you do the world a favor and die?
Progressives have been defeating establishment candidates all across America.
Yes, they've been winning in primaries. I'll grant you that. Including in a few surprising areas. But then, Bernie, they have to win the general, which is against a Republican. And by the way, you old fuck, you would have been crushed by Trump. Again, you may win a Democratic primary and you may win an election in a heavily blue district. But remember what happened to Katie Porter. She was a member of your progressive squad, whatever the fuck. Then she got too big for her britches, along with Jasmine Crockett, decided to go for the Senate, got destroyed. Then, unlike Jasmine Crockett, Katie Porter decided to run for the Senate and got destroyed. Not the Senate, excuse me, the governorship, and got destroyed. So yeah, I don't know where this whole fucking movement is. You old piece of shit who's done nothing but a deadbeat your whole fucking life. I don't know where it is, but it ain't here, sweetie.
Now, brothers and sisters, the entire country is watching this election, so there's an enormous responsibility on your shoulders.
By all means, elect this El Said guy, and that seat stays red. This is Michigan. Hell, I think if AOC were to actually run for Senate in New York, she might win the primary. She might. I'm not going to deny that. I think she'd lose the general, though. I think she would lose to the Republican. Because she'd also have to debate him.
So we got to talk about more Democrat/left-wing infighting.
Trump won Michigan twice. Why are you calling it a blue state?
Because what's happening is that the far left takeover of the Democrat Party is currently causing a full-blown panic amongst Democrats behind closed doors who understand that, hey, we're losing our party, right? We're losing.
Did Trump not win Michigan in 24? I believe he did. Not for nothing.
Losing influence in our party. Bernie Sanders and Zora Mondani.
Yeah. At the state level, maybe. Not at the federal.
And AOC, they have become the leaders of our movement, right? A vast majority of the Democrat Party base is...
And remember, the country itself is going right. That's because it might be due to the fact that the Democrats have gone so far left, no moderate can actually support them.
With the
because their policies are fucking insane.
And the establishment is realizing that they're losing power, right? They're losing power fast, okay? Careers are being ended left and right, okay, due to the fact that they're being primaried by far-left lunatics. Now, the irony is that Democrats got in bed with the far-left...
Well, we're going to find out in a couple of months now, aren't we? When the midterm elections happen. We shall see.
Lunatics in order to keep power, right? Because they wanted to, quote-unquote, stop Trump, right? So they did it for power, but they're actually losing power as a result because the monster that they created has turned on them, right? They're the first casualty of the monster that they created. Should have never gotten in bed with these far-left lunatics in the first place. So now you have individuals like Van Jones, who is also far left, right? He is a progressive. He is a Marxist. He's like, you know, I'm a Marxist. And
yeah, except the Democrats are pushing socialism and communism, and they're even more hated than the Republicans. And gas is down right now, Iron Gullet. I don't know about where you live, but where I am, it's down.
even these people at our party have become way...
What'll I do if I lose the midterms? I don't know, go to work the next day? That's about it. I'm not gonna cry about it, unlike fucking liberals when Trump won.
Too extreme, right? The extremists are too extreme, and he's now lashing out about this. What is happening with the Democrats and the socialist takeover? Take a look.
I want universal health care, Medicare for all, whatever you want to call it. Absolutely. If you are sick, you should be able to go see a doctor. That's a good...
You can do that right now. You can literally do that right fucking now. What are you talking about?
idea. I want free education for everybody as long as they want to keep learning. I think that's a good idea.
No. At some point, you have to pay.
The Green New Deal, I'm the author of the Green New Deal. The Green New Deal is my phrase from my first book in 2008. There's nobody more committed.
Yeah, except I've read the Green New Deal. I laughed at it. I made an entire video about it, making fun of it. It doesn't fucking work, you dumb black son of a bitch.
Criminal justice reform than me, ecological solutions, the whole deal. These are our ideals as progressives. We should fight for them. We need them now more than ever. But what does that have to do with supporting Hamas? What does that have to do with putting up candidates who say we should have no police, no prisons, we can't deport anybody, even if they commit rape or murder, Israel shouldn't exist? These are terrible ideas. These are awful ideas.
When Van Jones and me get to be on the same side of a river, oh my God, have you lost? Because Van Jones, this type of person, if you put these candidates up, is either going to A, vote for the Republican, or B, stay home. In which case, you get the end result of C, which is you lose.
Where did these ideas even come from? If we want people to join this party, when people come to the party, you want to give them a wonderful punch bowl of wonderful ideas like this.
Yeah, except, okay, we can debate your ideas. But at least these ideas, okay, the first two are insane. Actually, the first three are insane. But the last two, okay, we can have a conversation.
Who is putting the poop in the punch bowl?
Bruh.
Why are these ideas in our punch bowl? These are regressive ideas. How do you know? Look at the ideas on this side. If you lived in a world where everybody could see a doctor when they got sick, if they
Everyone can see a doctor right now when they get sick. Everyone at all. You have Medicare and Medicaid. It's the biggest goddamn line item in the fucking federal budget.
have a penny in their pocket. If everybody could get an education as far as their learning and desire could take them.
Yeah, except, I tell you what, Van Jones, I'll meet you halfway on this one. I might be on board with free education as long as it is for something useful. The problem is that you have colleges that offer degrees in basket weaving. Or let's take another one. What value does a degree in history bring to the workforce? Oh, that's right, nothing. And I love history. But it monetarily, outside of me making YouTube documentaries, doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
If everybody had clean air and clean water, if you didn't have ice running around hurting.
Everyone has, well, okay, let's be honest, Van Jones. Clean air is impossible, and clean water without treatment is impossible. And if you want the treatment to happen, you need to pay for it. Nature doesn't produce clean water, sweetheart.
People for no reason. Would that be a good world or a bad world? It'd be a great world. We need to progress toward that world. That's called progress. That's called progressive. Now, if you lived in a world where there were no police and no prisons, so that in your neighborhood, any gang member, terrorist, pedophile, Klan member could do whatever they wanted to, is that progress?
How about Black Panther? Why don't we throw them in? They're just as bad as the KKK. How about that asshole? Especially the new Black Panthers.
Progress or regress? If you lived in a world where we said, well, you can be a terrorist if you want to, as long as you feel oppressed, and anybody can get blown up at any time and people will make excuses for it. Is that a better world? Is that progress? Or is that regressing to a lawless, chaotic state? If we lived in a
I don't remember your black ass giving this kind of impassioned speech when Black Lives Matter was burning the country down. Why don't you shut the fuck up? How about that? Why don't you shut the fuck up?
world where people could literally get elected to office with the only qualification being that they went and celebrated a mass murder of Israelis. If all elected officials celebrated mass murder,
Well, I don't know. Minneapolis, for one. That was just one. Several others. You can look it up. Do your own research.
is that a better world or a worse world? These are not progressive ideas. These are regressive ideas. And I'm old enough to know the difference. And you're smart enough to know the difference. Ideas that
No, these leftist socialist idiots are... No, they're not. Because they think a world where free shit exists is possible. Everything has a cost. Nothing is free.
make the world better, that help us progress to a better place.
Yeah, you're right. Minneapolis is still standing after about $2 billion worth of damage. They burnt the city to the fucking ground. Fuck you.
Those are the ideals of the Democratic Party. If you were not born rich, lucky, or famous, you need a Democratic Party. That's what we're...
Really, because the Republican Party is giving me the ability to climb out of the shit heap and give me the best chance to become those three things. The Democrats just want me to lie down, accept defeat, and die and cry victimhood. That's what you're advocating for. Or is that just me bringing my white lash out, Van Jones?
for. That's what we're about. Ideas that are literally insane, nutty, moronic, dangerous.
All right, I'm done with his bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. All right, we'll move on.
Where are you going to put the Klan? I've done police reform. I never said no police. Where are you going to put the pedophiles? Who's going to grab the pedophiles? This stuff is going too far. And part of the thing that has to happen is we saw...
Yeah, and guess what? They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop, Van Jones.
what happened in the Republican Party when things started going in a nutty direction and nobody stood up.
I'm trying to figure out what's the nutty direction. I mean, really, the Republican Party, as it currently stands, how is it nutty, right? Like, I mean, what nutty ideas do we believe in?
And any nutty idea they had, like no gay marriage and no this and no that, they've given up on. The Republican Party gave up on pot. For Christ's sakes. Trump literally said, well, I think we're going to decriminalize pot federally. We'll have Trump pot. It'll be the best pot. It'll be the wonderful pot. And they didn't say shit! They know when they're losing and they give up on it. Democrats don't.
Seriously, what nutty idea? You know, enforcing immigration law, that's nutty, right? That, hey, we need mass deportations after letting millions of illegal immigrants into this country, that's nutty. Getting rid of institutionalized racism against white people. When you talk about DEI, that's nutty, right? Wanting really equal rights for everybody, not allowing biological boys to compete against biological girls in sports. That's nutty.
Yeah, because eventually somebody's gonna die. If you keep allowing men to compete against women, somebody is going to die. Well, actually, no, I take that back. A female is going to die.
What's nutty about the ideas on the right? I'm trying to figure out exactly what this man is talking about. You cannot compare the Tea Party movement or even, again, the MAGA movement to the far left, because MAGA is not far right. MAGA is honestly, MAGA is probably centrist to more right of center, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I call it. Center right, center to center right. MAGA doesn't give a shit about gay marriage. MAGA doesn't give a shit about abortions. Okay?
That's what MAGA is really at.
Trump is literally Clinton from 1992. The Democrat.
Because let's be honest, Trump's not a traditional conservative, okay? Trump is definitely more towards the middle than what people would like to give him credit for, okay? But on certain issues, again, like immigration, the Biden policies, the Democrat policies of the last 4 years, they went too far, right? And because of the fact they went too far, we have to take what some people are characterizing as extreme measures in order to fix the problem, right? You don't allow tens of millions of illegals into the country and say, okay, well, they can just stay, right? We're not going to do any mass deportations, because if you don't do mass deportations, if they can just stay, then what stops Democrats from doing it again, right? Allowing more illegals. And then next thing you know, we're going to end up like, again, Western Europe. So I'm just saying that,
yeah,
ultimately, at the end of the day, these people want to
overrun, and the immigrants are now starting to change policies in that land.
try to compare MAGA to the far. There is no comparison, okay? There is no comparison. And I wish people would stop doing that.
I am happy that the young people are fighting for affordability.
All right, well, I did want to get this out of the way, because the old cunt's actually back. I'm shocked. I thought Jake died, but he hasn't done the world that favor. And he's doing, I think, my video. Maybe it's my live stream. Whatever, I don't care. But we're gonna fight.
I made a PB&J.
Can you chew with your mouth closed, you fucking child?
That's all the points. Bet in the barn? You mean a fan?
Jake mocked me because I'm a moron. Yet I've been proven right more often than he has. I now have to pee. I will be right back.
Cam edit of Dave. I'll play it after I read this.
Okay, can you hurry up?
Excuse me. Smoke.
Jake, can you do anything fast? You know, come on. No wonder you suck at cooking.
Key up here. All right. Bet your bingo points. 1 minute. So yeah, misunderstands, sings, worries about divorce, mispronounce, pedo, shut up, slow brain, egg behavior, EP, again, point blank period, yelling, blah blah blah, streamer, tiptoes around TOS, alcoholic, sexual harassment, unrelenting denial, Dave growl, again, boring, edgy, fucking bitch, and audio issues. This bottom row is very intriguing. Very intrigued. All right. I said no. I said no. Thank you for pausing. Dave Fancam.
Can you do anything with expediency? You sad fat sack of shit. Limited Luke Skywalker.
Damn, dude. I got goosebumps. That was really good. More. More. All right, let's go.
So, this is the revised or newly published
Is he doing content here?
list of batshit insane ideas.
Turn captions off.
These are ideas that I would say are delusional.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear to God, it's gone well beyond that. Okay. This is the Democratic Socialists of America, their
Close to a slow
program.
burn.
And it starts off with this: a day without capitalism. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
These idiots would not last 5 minutes in a world without capitalism. You know those phones that are constantly in your fucking hands? Yeah, you won't be having them. Again, Jake, could you chew with your fucking mouth closed? I can make the same videos about you, bud. It might not feel as badly needed as it does now. You enjoy your work. Well, there's certain... Jake, chew with your fucking mouth closed! Only people that do enjoy their work. But there's a lot of people that do jobs that need to be done, that don't enjoy it, but do it for the money.
Right.
And Jake's problem with this is what?
Because they're forced to need money.
Yes, Jake. Why do you stream? Because you need money. You need an incentive. This is why I don't. I have. After all these years, I still do not believe there is something going on. Jake is being subsidized by something else. The last time I heard that, we need sewer workers, but I don't think anybody woke up and said, you know what? I want to work in the sewers.
Right. You can incentivize that work. That's okay.
Yeah, with money. Maybe one weirdo. They do it because they get paid extremely well. Can you fucking eat with your mouth closed?
Extremely?
Yes! Being a sewer worker, you're in the six figures because of the fact that you gotta deal with raw shit. Anyway, you work as much as you're able and no more than needed. I want everyone to remember this because it's going to come back to make literally no sense. You would control your own labor. You do now. No job can force you to work. You can quit at any time. Okay, Jake? Rebuttal? I could literally call my boss this afternoon, say, I'm out, I won't be in tomorrow. I'm done.
Okay.
And there's nothing they can do to stop that.
Well, inevitably, time runs out and you don't have any money left.
There's unemployment benefits. Now, if I just up and quit, that's another matter. But you can cash in your 401k. That'll keep you going for a while.
So you're forced to work.
No, you're not. Or you could be a bum on the street.
Yeah, you misunderstand what's being said here.
No, I don't. I understand exactly what's being said. You're not being forced to work. You can do whatever you want. The only ones that would possibly not be able to quit are people that sign contracts, but very few professions have them. What? Yeah, very few professions have them. And see, it's going to good use, whatever the fuck that means. It's not just a job.
Every profession has a contract? You sign it.
No. Right now, I am an at-will employee, you dumbass. Meaning, my company can fire me, or I can quit any fucking time we want. Okay, the relationship can end at any fucking time.
And when you get hired.
To pay the bills. Well, without bills, you don't have anything nice.
What?
Jake, I'm sorry, but do your parents living over next door to your townhouse? I bet you $20 that's what the relationship is. Do they pay your internet or do you? Because I'm sorry, I've seen your views, and math ain't mathin', bro. Or do you rely on your cunt? Or anything at all? Speaking of bills, you don't really have them anymore. Really? Okay. You have no debt. You don't need health insurance. You don't pay. By the way, you know all these people that are in the European countries, especially those Nordic ones.
Millions of Americans travel outside the U.S. for cheaper and higher quality healthcare every year. True.
You know all their elites come to my country to get treatment here. Yeah, except the elites come to my country. A bunch of broke-ass fucking losers may or may not fly out. Plus, millions of Americans, because remember, we're the third most populous country on this planet, may or may not fly out to go on vacation, get hurt on vacation, and then seek medical attention in that country. Because their treatment sucks.
Only some of our doctors are the kinds of, or surgeons or whatever, only some of the stuff that we have do people come here for.
No, they come here for a lot of it.
Like sports.
There's a reason the Mayo Clinic in my state is world famous. And I want to reiterate that. World famous, you dumb fuck. Getting a doctor's appointment in the UK, let's just say shoving a porcupine up your ass is a more enjoyable experience.
What?
Anyway, you don't pay a mortgage or have
Please
a landlord because comfortable housing is a human right. Okay? But who the hell's going to build it?
What? The people that already do?
The people that already do? Well, when they're not going to get a return on investment, why in the hell would they hire the construction workers to build the building, dumbass? What are you talking about? What do you think? Construction workers magically show up to a site and go, well, Bob, today we're going to build a 10-story apartment building. Great, who hired us? Nobody! Just because we can! Are you fucking retarded?
What? You know all those contractors that are out there? All those construction professionals?
Yeah, that had to be contracted by someone!
They're just on little crews that are forced to be contractors. They could just have a government job like guys who do the roads. Done.
Oh, so the government will build it. Where are they going to get the money from? Government has to get its money from somewhere. And also because it's government contracts, it's usually ungodly low regulated, so it'll take, I don't know, 10 times longer. Remember all that money California spent to build that light rail from X to X, and not even 1 foot of it is made? And it's been a program that's had how many hundreds of millions of dollars put into it? I think something like $200 million put into it. Went up to a several billion-dollar project. Hasn't had 1 centimeter of track laid. And is still in the review process. Oh, yeah, Jake. Yeah, Jake. That's just fucking tits. You think construction workers will just build it out of the kindness of their hearts? No.
No, they get compensated. What?
Do you think they'll work for the government rates, which are usually shittier? They might have better benefits, but they're shittier. They work a very difficult job, and guess what? It's because of the money.
Food, education, energy, medicine, and transportation aren't for profit businesses. They are common goods and utilities. Meaning there are other things outside of that that
I'm curious to see where he goes with this.
You can compensate. You can earn luxuries and have necessities.
Jake, I don't know what percentage of the population this is. But there is a percentage of the population, and I'm going to place it, let's say 20%, that would be just fine doing drugs and having their basic needs met and existing in that world until they finally died. Okay? Capitalism works because it runs on a principle. If you do not work, you do not eat. Now get your ass up and go to work.
For free.
Your retirement is publicly funded. We already have that. It's called Social Security.
Oh, come on. Stop.
And fuck you! We do! It's called Social Security! It's going to go bankrupt in about 8 years.
We already have that. No, we don't, he says. Self-own?
Food, education, energy, medicine,
So
and
dumb.
transportation aren't for-profit businesses. Then why would anyone farm?
To eat?
Jake, you're talking about gardening or subsistence farming, which is completely different from what we view farming as today, which is a commercial enterprise. You are fucking retarded. This is again why I swear to God, Jake has got to be getting, his life has got to be getting subsidized if he is telling the truth, and he doesn't have a day job, and this is all the money he's bringing in. It's got to be coming from somewhere. It's probably a hyper-capitalist family member that, for whatever reason, wants to fund this big fat fuck. This idea, yes, food is a right, if you grow it yourself. If Farmer Tom grows it, then shut up and pay Farmer Tom.
Shut up. Where's about money?
As for energy, who the hell's going to work at the power plant if the profit motive, if the money motive is not there?
The power plant workers don't make commission. They get paid an hourly wage. What are you talking about?
Yes, a rather high hourly wage. And if we don't have the profit there, why would anyone work there for shit wages? Not for nothing.
Oh. He's such a brain-dead loser.
Oh, I'm the brain-dead loser. I just destroyed your argument in 1 second. Whatever. As for medicine, why would any company develop new medicines and technologies if not for the profit motive?
So that they can defeat diseases.
Why would they do that? What, are you seriously going to sit here and tell me that medical companies are going to produce drugs and techniques and whatever without getting a return on that insane investment? Oh my God, you are fucking retarded! No! Do you want to know why everyone wants to cure cancer, Jake? Because it's going to be the one company that gets all those donations.
And give good health care. What? Every single one of these
How the fuck can liberals and leftists be this fucking stupid?
things is compensated.
As for transportation, how the hell are you going to pay for the maintenance? How the hell are you going to pay for the maintenance workers? Again, I don't think people drive buses because they fucking enjoy it. I think it's because it pays.
Fuck bus, dude. Being a bus driver does not pay great.
Okay, then fuck buses. Buses should go away. I hate the buses. The buses can kiss my ass.
Should pay. You should have qualified bus drivers. Yeah.
Dave is so cucked to money, so sad. What are you cucked to? Outside of, you know, you're broke. That's why you're watching Jake. And you're believing his stupid bullshit. Meanwhile, I'm showing you reality. That's the reality of things. I don't get it. I truly don't. I wish I did. Enough about bills. And this is not...
His brain is super rotted.
Yeah. That's why you can get taken down by me when I'm drunk. You get destroyed by Shoe on Head, who I think is kind of moronic. And you got eviscerated by actual Justice Warrior. By the way, you haven't done a proper response to either of the other two videos. Just me. Because my subscriber count is much smaller than yours. If it ever rose well above yours, you'd never talk about me again, you dumb fat piece of shit. You'd never do that again. Notice you haven't mentioned Shoe on Head. Notice you haven't mentioned actual Justice Warrior. Ain't that a thing? Not even like, how do we pay for road construction? How do we pay for, unless you plan to just tax me to death, in which case, why would I work if 50% of what I make goes to taxes?
You wouldn't even have to have that system.
What? So I work for free? You can't be that dumb.
We don't need the taxation system of capitalism in the...
You don't need the taxation system of capitalism. Oh my God, are you actually going to argue that we should just work for nothing or for the betterment of society? You cannot be this stupid. You cannot be this dumb. Not even Star Trek was this retarded.
future. It's not even necessary. It's like... This is an archaic approach to a thing. It's like goes back to feudalism. It goes back further.
No, it doesn't. Feudalism is completely different than capitalism. There are two completely different systems. So already I reject that argument. What do you do on your day off? Maybe in the morning you walk your kids to school. Well, we're having a teaching problem, and it's because of, A, the kids are idiots. They can't pay attention. Parents completely are against the teachers. The school can't discipline them. And then add on top of that, the pay isn't that great. So why would anyone be a teacher in this scenario?
Like, what? You agree that their wages should be better and the circumstances should be better.
Yeah. under a capitalistic approach. You're aware that and I also think capitalism will bring in the money needed to pay the teachers better.
Like, do you hear yourself? So let's make it better, right? What?
No, here's the thing. You heard me say that, and you immediately thought I should say, well, the teachers should be teaching for free because public education is akin to socialism. So shouldn't they just do it for the love of it? No! The reason they're leaving is because of all the bullshit I mentioned in my post. What are you talking about, you dumbass?
What?
Run errands with what money to pay for them, and, well, we'll get to it in a minute. Go to a doctor's appointment that you probably have had scheduled for 2 years because of the wait times. In the afternoon, you might play a sport, practice a new skill, read, plan a trip to where with what money? How are we going to get the gasoline to the gas station? Again, most people
Okay.
delivering gas. Again, there might be one
Okay.
weirdo that does it for the love of it. But most guys that deliver gasoline are doing it for the money. In the evening, you can meet up with friends, family, eat together, maybe go to the movies. Again, why would anyone make a movie?
What?
Oh, so you're gonna have a counter? Because yeah, most people make movies. Well, some of them do make movies for the love of the art. Most of them make movies for the money.
Dave, have you written your books for profit? Like, with that in mind?
Yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes.
Have you written your book so that hopefully you can make a bunch of money?
Outside of weird art house movies, but you're not going to get the Avengers.
You're not going to get the Avengers? Oh, no.
One of the most successful movies of all time. That made the only thing that mattered, money.
I liked the Avengers experience in theaters with other people for the first time, but those movies are not, like, necessary for cultural development. Like, art will still happen, you can still pay.
Oh yes, art will still happen. Yeah, art will happen. But there's another saying. It's called starving artist, and there's another one. A lot of artists are broke until they're dead.
Pay for things. We would still have shitty movies. We'd have plenty of bad things still. Bad, good things.
The only reason that got made is because a movie studio spent a shit ton of money to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, it would actually be better because then the situation would be less dire to be forcing profit, and it would be more about making good art that people appreciate without.
What do you mean by good art? There's still low budget movies being made, but generally it's your side bitching about them. Like Obsession, for example.
Needing to worry so much about the profit margins. It would be excellent.
But, Jake, as you well know, any business needs to worry about the profit margin. A movie studio can take a lot of little hits, but it can take very few big hits. And that's what's happening now, big hits.
Yeah, it'd be wonderful.
Or go down to the park. Again, how are we going to pay for the park?
The park is a... What? Parks are already things.
Yeah, parks are things. But they cost money. They cost money, dumbass.
You just go out in nature. Cultivate the land. That's just labor. What do you mean pay for a park?
So, Jake, basically what you said is you're willing to mow the park's grass for free. You're willing to mow your local park's grass for free. That's what you're saying. Parks are not magically maintained. This is the problem with socialism. It works if you live in a land of fairies and leprechauns.
I don't.
Where you've just-
I actually think fairies and leprechauns put a really big kink in the socialist system. I mean, they're going to be playing tricks. They're going to be leaving things in your shoes.
Need him for the magic dust to make socialism work, because otherwise it doesn't.
There's going to be pots of gold everywhere. That would really fuck stuff up, man.
Just wish upon a star and the grass is cut. These are all familiar everyday activities. A socialist day off could be like any good day now. But what if you were free to spend your time how you like without worrying about the cost or dreading going back to work? I like working.
No, you fucking don't. Shut up.
Actually, I do. Shut up.
You hate it.
And your proof of this is what?
I like working. Really? You just fucking love it?
Yeah, actually, after my company demands that I take a vacation, at the end of it, I'm more than ready to get back to work.
I cut grass once a week at a park. Yeah, do it.
What if you didn't ever think about... Sorry I have a work ethic, you big fat slob. What are you going to do when Twitch goes down? Because I got news for you, Jake. This whole thing is coming down at some point. And it's already starting to crack. Bad. Paying rent or loans at the end of the month. Why would anyone loan anyone money if they're not going to get paid back?
What? You don't need him. You don't need a loan.
Or saving for college or affording groceries. Groceries are not that expensive. What the fuck are you talking about?
Groceries are definitely expensive.
Jake, I thought you were my financial superior. Groceries haven't bothered me for a minute. Like, I gotta make some higher end videos for me to actually notice the budget. The fuck are you talking about, man?
Can you guys...
I mean, unless you're just fucking broke. Which I think you are. I've thought this forever.
Just go to the grocery store without spending $100? I can't.
Go to the grocery store without
Groceries are so expensive.
Without spending $100. I can do it without spending 20. Groceries are not that expensive. And yeah, I can make you dinner.
Expensive. And I buy ingredients. I just cook stuff.
I don't know what the fuck you're cooking, so do I. And I'm not talking about Hamburger Helper either.
Grocery prices have been on the rise for most of the past 6 years of the war in Iran. Supply chain bottlenecks, the war in Ukraine, and expensive profit taking here in the U.S. that put a strain on consumers' wallet. Big time. Dude, if we got... financially speaking, can you imagine if the prices just snapped back to like pre the Trump era? It would feel crazy. I would feel...
Now, are we talking about Biden? Or are we talking about Obama? Because, well, Trump did have his forays into stimulus and inflation. Biden did a lot more. So we talking about Obama inflation? Things weren't that great.
rich. You guys would all feel rich. We'd be like, holy fuck. 2015 pricing, let's go. That was
2015 pricing. So Obama pricing. Interesting.
They still didn't have dollar menus, dude.
Except everything got more affordable under Trump's first term. Now I know you'll never admit that, Jake, and your followers will never admit that. Because, you know, you just fucking hate Trump or something. But, yeah. Yeah, life sucks. You lost.
We want our cheap slop.
What would that be like? Pretty shitty, because generally under socialism, everyone gets poorer.
I don't have to pay loans for things.
The government just takes more and more of your money. I should do a copyright strike, but fuck it. Who cares? And I've reached my hour mark. And I'm hungry. So, good night, everybody. Jake, you're still a fucking loser. You're still a worthless piece of shit. The only thing I can actually say to you, Jake, is you're now wearing bathrobes more than me.